second she drifted into that birthday party, it was like she'd spent weeks choreographing the moment in her mind. That slow, deliberate stride, that polished smile, that almost regal self-assurance. She walked in as if this was her grand re-entrance into Hollywood mythology. Inside Jeff Bezos's colossal $65 million fortress, she lifted her chin, straightened her shoulders, and seemed to wait for the room to collectively inhale and whisper, "She's returned." But here's the twist, no such whisper arrived. Not even close. The crowd didn't flinch. People were scattered in tight little circles, chatting among themselves, and she and Harry stood a good distance away from anyone, orbiting the party instead of belonging to it. It immediately turned into one of those painfully awkward social scenes you cringe at just imagining. Harry followed a step behind her, wearing the expression of someone who already sensed this night would not unfold the way she'd scripted it in her head. The energy around them was icy cool glances, distracted smiles, nothing warm enough to melt the tension hanging over their arrival. And then, across the room, there she was. Adele. Yes, that Adele. In the same house. At the same time. Within the same tiny universe of Hollywood royalty. And if you know even a fraction of their complicated backstory, you already know how deliciously volatile this setup is. For years, people in certain circles have loved comparing the two. Adele, held up as the blueprint of effortless fame, and Meghan, framed as the cautionary tale. So now, with both women breathing the same air on the same night with the same elite audience watching, every gaze in that mansion shifted toward the tension simmering between them. And trust me, it did not stay subtle. Because what unfolded next got messy. Before we get into the chaos of what actually happened, you need the history, because without it, the tension between these two makes no sense. Ever since 2019, the press has been obsessed with pitting them against each other. Adele, the untouchable superstar with earth-shaking albums, oceans of fans, and this magical ability to disappear off the grid for years. No scandals, no cryptic posts, no attention-grabbing interviews. She ghosts the world, rebuilds her life in private, then glides back with a new era that instantly dominates the globe. She's barely even present, yet somehow omnipresent. That's her whole brand. Meanwhile, on the other side of the narrative, Meghan is splashed across every headline, documentaries, interviews, exposés, streaming deals, viral leaks. Always seen, always dissected, always the center of some fresh storm. And behind palace walls, insiders have spent years using Adele as the "this is how you do fame" example, and Meghan as the exact opposite. Elegant versus turbulent. Controlled versus chaotic. The comparison became a cage she could never climb out of. So imagine all that baggage, all that speculation, all those years of side-by-side articles, and now these two women suddenly end up steps apart at a tiny, exclusive gathering. Barely 50 people, all of them Hollywood royalty, all of them hyper-aware of the tension in the room. You could practically feel the air tighten, and as if the moment wasn't already loaded with enough pressure to snap steel, the timing turned everything radioactive. Because while Meghan was having her glam squad perfect every strand of hair in Beverly Hills for Kris Jenner's party, across the ocean the entire royal family was gathered at the cenotaph in London, bowed heads, somber faces, honoring 2 minutes of absolute silence. Remembrance Sunday, one of the most solemn days on the British calendar. And then, boom, the photos hit the internet. Shots of Harry at a lavish birthday bash, tuxedo pressed, poppy pinned, standing beneath chandeliers inside a billionaire's palace. The reaction wasn't instant outrage, it was bewilderment. People stared at their screens like, wait, how does this add up? Who planned this? Did nobody double-check what day it was? Whatever message Meghan thought this moment might send, the timing didn't just backfire, it detonated. So she steps into the party looking like she's bracing for warmth, expecting someone to light up at the sight of her, call out her name, wave her over, anything that would make her feel plugged into the room. But according to guests who witnessed it firsthand, what greeted her instead was frost. Not hostility, not drama. Just a kind of cool indifference that stings more than open rejection. Conversations continued seamlessly around her as if her arrival didn't shift the atmosphere 1 inch. People didn't pivot toward her, they drifted past her. She got a few courteous smiles, the kind you give a stranger in passing, but that Hollywood sparkle she was banking on? Completely absent.
But she's like, yeah, no, I don't want that photo of Meghan. Can you remove that one, please? Whoever posted that, get rid of her.
Harry clocked the shift instantly. His shoulders tightened, his stride slowed, and he started moving the way someone moves when they're trying to make themselves smaller. This wasn't the kind of crowd that fakes excitement for the cameras. Mariah Carey was there, someone who had publicly clarified she'd never actually met Meghan, despite the way Meghan once framed their interaction. Martha Stewart was there too, someone who's openly questioned whether Meghan genuinely understands the world she's trying to navigate. These were people who had zero incentive to put on a performance. If they liked you, you felt it in your bones. If they didn't, the chill was unmistakable. Meghan kept sweeping the room with her eyes, searching for any anchor, a familiar face, a welcoming hand, a spark of acknowledgement. But everyone's reactions landed the same, courteous if she passed by, but distant, detached, lukewarm at best. And then came the twist no one expected. Harry, yes, Harry, was getting a far warmer response than she was. Guests drifted toward him. They greeted him with genuine smiles. Some even looked truly pleased he'd shown up, while Meghan stood right beside him receiving almost none of that energy. One insider said it felt like watching someone attempt to work a room that didn't want to be worked. Harry saw it happening. Meghan definitely saw it happening. And the longer the imbalance stretched on, the heavier the awkwardness became. Her grip on Harry's arm reportedly kept tightening, little signs of tension she couldn't hide. But she didn't stop circulating, because then she spotted her Adele. And instantly, the entire mood in the room. This wasn't just another famous face. This was Adele, the woman Meghan has been relentlessly compared to for years. And adding even more pressure, Adele rarely shows up at Hollywood gatherings anymore. So her presence alone carried weight. She stood in a cozy, intimate cluster of friends, tucked away to the side, laughing with the kind of ease that only comes from being truly at home in a space. Unbothered, effortless, fully grounded, seeking nothing, performing for no one. Meanwhile, Meghan looked like she was waging a quiet war inside her own head, trying to decide whether to walk over, and anyone who knew their rumored history understood exactly why this choice carried weight. The story floating around Hollywood is that Meghan once sent Adele one of her Aero gift baskets, the luxury jam and lemon set with the eye-watering price tag. And the second rumor? Adele supposedly sent it right back. No message, no explanation, just returned to sender. Adele's never confirmed or denied it, which, frankly, speaks volumes. So when Meghan finally started making her way toward Adele's little circle, the room sharpened. Eyes followed. Harry's expression reportedly tensed, as if he wished he could pause the moment. And according to multiple insiders, right as Meghan and Harry drew close, Adele suddenly dove into an intensely animated conversation with her friends, body turning inward, shoulders closing, eyes fixed anywhere but on the couple approaching. No glance, no nod, not even a polite flicker of recognition. Meghan stopped, held her smile, let the moment hang, then pivoted with flawless control, pretending she had another destination in mind. It was smooth. It was practiced. But everyone watching caught the snub. After that, their night was effectively over. The energy around them flatlined. They lingered only a little longer before slipping out quietly, no star-studded photo with Kris Jenner, no cheerful goodbyes, no final sweep of the room. Just a silent and by morning, the internet was a wildfire. The party photos spread everywhere, and instantly the comparisons ignited again. Meghan, glowing in a billionaire's mansion, champagne, designer gown, glittering lights. And at the same time, across the world, the royal family stood at the cenotaph King. King Charles in full uniform, William standing firm and steady, Kate composed in solemn black, and Prince George, only 12, holding himself with a level of dignity Harry hasn't shown in years. No captions were needed. The photos told the entire story without a single word. And the reaction wasn't outrage, it was bewilderment. People genuinely couldn't understand what Meghan believed the optics would be, what message she thought she was sending, why she kept placing herself in moments that left her looking increasingly disconnected. And after that night, the truth settled like a cold weight. Hollywood didn't slam a door in Meghan's face. It simply never paused for her. It just kept spinning. Adele didn't snub her. She didn't slight her. She just didn't shift her circle to make room. And in this world, that kind of quiet exclusion cuts far deeper than any loud public rejection ever could. The comparison Meghan has spent years trying to outrun unfolded right there in front of everyone. Adele, calm, grounded, protected by people who genuinely love her, not playing to the crowd. Meghan, moving through the space, hyper-visible, working for a connection that simply wasn't landing. Trying to belong somewhere she was clearly not being folded into. So what now? Does Meghan rethink her strategy? Does she dig in harder? Does she pivot to a new approach entirely? Or does she keep stepping into rooms expecting applause that isn't arriving? If you want more deep dive royal drama breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Tell me honestly, what would you do in Meghan's shoes? And with that, the tea has officially been poured.